Imagine a robot that sorts grain with precision, rejecting bad seeds before they spoil. This isn't futuristic. It's happening now on farms worldwide. AI-powered robots analyze each kernel in milliseconds, reducing waste significantly. But while some countries race ahead, others lag behind in adopting this tech. Why the gap? Let's explore how this innovation is transforming agriculture and why it could be crucial for feeding a growing planet. This isn't just a robot, it's an AI detective using hyperspectral imaging to scan every grain for hidden threats like mold or moisture. Hyperspectral imaging captures light reflected from objects, revealing details invisible to the naked eye. While it works through the night, farms using these robots cut waste by up to 30%. But not all countries adopt this tech, as some still rely on slower manual sorting. This could be a game changer for feeding a growing population, but only if widely adopted. Let's see how it works and why time is running out. Hyperspectral imaging scans grain kernels in milliseconds, detecting hidden moisture or mold invisible to humans. Unlike manual sorting, which relies on slow inspection, this AI-powered system reduces waste by up to 30%, preventing spoilage before it starts. While some farms adopt this tech quickly, others lag behind, missing out on efficiency gains that could feed millions. Meet the robots that never tire, never get sick, and can spot a bad grain before you even touch it. These AI-powered machines are rolling into farms worldwide, cutting waste by up to 30% without needing extra workers. But why are some countries adopting them faster than others? It's not just about efficiency. It's about feeding millions while stopping spoilage in its tracks. This isn't futuristic tech. It's here now, and the race is on to see who will use it first. Early grain robots are pricey, but their cost per ton drops dramatically as farms scale up. Unlike cars, these are general-purpose tools. They're specialized for precision, cutting waste by up to 30%. Developing nations use subsidies and partnerships to make them affordable, proving this tech isn't just for the rich. It's about survival. Without support, small farms can't adopt it, but countries are racing to change that because hunger doesn't wait. You might think robots will replace farmers entirely, but the reality is different. These grain robots don't take jobs. They handle repetitive tasks like sorting and scanning grains for defects or moisture. This frees up farmers to focus on more important work, like improving soil health and crop quality. It's about balancing tech with human expertise, not replacing it. While some countries are quickly adopting this technology, others are holding back due to costs. But the potential is huge. These robots can cut waste by up to 30%, helping feed millions without needing more workers. Behind every grain robot, there's a storm of data. These machines don't just sort grains, they generate massive datasets tracking moisture levels, defects, and even market trends. AI agents like Grok Bot are now analyzing this data to predict supply chains, turning farms into smart ecosystems. It's not sci-fi. It's happening now. Developing nations are racing to adopt this tech because hunger doesn't wait for perfection. These robots cut waste by up to 30%, but without subsidies, small farms can't afford them. The question isn't if they'll be used, it's how quickly. In a dusty maize field in rural Kenya, an AI-powered grain robot worked around the clock, scanning every kernel for defects and moisture. Last season, it processed enough to feed 50,000 people without a single human error. The catch? Training locals to operate it. This isn't just tech, it's a survival tool. Countries without subsidies are holding back, but hunger doesn't wait. These robots don't replace farmers. They handle the boring work, like sorting and scanning, so humans can focus on what matters, growing better crops. Behind every scan, there's data. AI agents now predict supply chains, turning farms into smart ecosystems. It's not the future, it's happening today. But with AI handling sensitive farm data, questions arise about who owns the information. Some argue it could be used for corporate control. Others see it as a tool to democratize farming knowledge. Take Kenya, for example, where an AI-powered grain robot processed enough maize last season to feed 50,000 people without a single human error. Yet, the data it generates? That's where things get tricky. Who controls it? The tech company? Local farmers? Governments? Without clear rules, This powerful tool could either empower small farms or become another way for corporations to dominate. The choice isn't just about technology, it's about trust. In rural Kenya, an AI-powered grain robot worked day and night scanning every maize kernel for defects in moisture levels. It processed enough to feed 50,000 people last season without a single human error. But here's the catch: the data it generates. That's where things get complicated. Who controls this data? The tech company that built the robot? Local farmers who depend on its precision? Or governments trying to secure food supplies for millions? Without clear rules, this powerful tool could either empower small farms or become another way for corporations to dominate. It's not just about technology. It's about trust and who gets to decide how our food is grown. AI-powered grain robots are revolutionizing farming, processing enough maize last season to feed 50,000 people without a single human error. But behind every scan, there's data. Who controls it? The tech company, local farmers, or governments? Without clear rules, this powerful tool could either empower small farms or become another way for corporations to dominate. It's not just about technology. It's about trust and who gets to decide how our food is grown. Imagine a world where robots don't just gather loot but also solve real-world problems like food waste and environmental challenges. That's the vision behind GrainRod, an AI-powered game that mirrors the complexity of modern farming automation. Unlike traditional games, it uses adaptive AI to simulate tasks like detecting spoiled grain or navigating harsh environments, just like real-world robots. Players work together to rebuild an outpost, but the real innovation lies in how this game reflects emerging tech, from Grok Bot's autonomous agents to Jogget's no-code AI solutions. It's not just about fun. It's a glimpse into how AI could